all my dear students. Today I would like to share with you one of the most important skills in doing Ogive. So let's read the question. The frequency table on the right shows the salt content of 60 types of food. Construct an Ogive to represent the data. From your Ogive, determine the first quartile, the median, and the third quartile. So basically, you are given a table with a frequency. From the frequency table, you need to convert to cumulative frequency table. How to convert to cumulative frequency table? You just add another column and label as cumulative frequency. So the salt content in milligram, frequency the same. The only column you need to add on is the upper boundary and the cumulative frequency. So how to find the upper boundary? First of all, we have to decide the size of the class is 50. We will take 150 minus 100, so we'll get 50. Alright, so that means to get the previous lower limit, we will take 100 minus 50. So we will get 50 to 99. Same thing to the upper limit, you will take 149 minus 50. So you will get 99. Alright, so that is the first step. Minus 50 from the class interval. Because for all the Ogive, you need to add one class interval with the zero frequency. Alright, so how you add the one class interval with zero frequency? You have to find the size of the class by minus the next class interval. So we will copy down the frequency 0, 4, 11, 15, 21, 8 and 1. And how to find the upper boundary? We will copy the upper limit, and then we know that 99 to 100 the difference is 1, so we will divide by 2, so it's 0.5. so we'll add 99 with the 0.5, so we get upper boundary is 99.5. And for the next one, next upper boundary, you just plus 50 for the next one until the last one is 399.5. And then we will add up the cumulative frequency. From beginning is 0. Alright, if 0, beginning still remains 0. And the second one, you have to take 0 plus 4. You have to accumulate the frequency. That's why we call cumulative frequency. So you have to take 0 plus 4 for the second class interval, which is 4, right? And then for the next one, you will keep on plus. Alright, for the second one, you take 0 plus 4. You can highlight like this, 0 plus 4 is 4. And we'll keep on adding the frequency class by class when we proceed to the next class. So for the second class interval, the frequency 4, we are going to plus this 4 with the 11. So it's 4 plus 11. So we will get the answer, which is 15. That meaning that we add up all the frequency 0 plus 4 plus 11. So we will get cumulative frequency is 15. It means that there are 15, okay, there are 15 quantity there that having the mass less than 199.5. Alright, okay, so we will keep on adding for the cumulative frequency to the next class. So we will take 15 plus 15. So the answer is 30, 30. for the cumulative frequency with the class interval 200 to 249. Okay, so with the 30, we are going to add up with 21. All right, 21 plus 30, so we will get answer is 51. It's the same thing if you plus all the frequency all the way down, meaning that you take 0 plus 4 plus 11 plus 15 plus 21. But instead of adding all the frequency, we will accumulate the frequency like this. All right, it's easier. Okay, so we have 51, and then we will keep on adding to 8 to 51, so we will get 51 plus 8 will be 59, right? And because there are 60 types of food, total quantity is 60. So finally, your answer that you get for the last cumulative frequency will be equal to total sample space, which is 59 plus 1 should be equal to 60 types of the food. All right, so that is the sample sample of the food which actually we are doing the research. So the sample space or total sample is 60. So finally you have to tally the 60 with the total given. All right, always double check. So that is how you prepare the cumulative frequency with the upper boundary for an Ogive. Every time you do Ogive, you have to do like this. All right, so we are going to draw the Ogive based on upper boundary and the cumulative frequency. For Ogive, it is a must to draw the frequency against the upper boundary. It is compulsory, all right? So here we are, the upper boundary with the cumulative frequency. We are going to draw an Ogive based on these two columns, upper boundary on the horizontal axis. Now I would like to show you how to construct cumulative histogram that we never actually done before. We always draw Ogive, but we never draw cumulative histogram. How to draw cumulative histogram? Of course, we need a cumulative frequency. So let's go to the table and study the cumulative frequency. And we are going to label the cumulative frequency on the vertical axis of the graph. So let's label cumulative frequency first on the vertical axis. So please do not label as Y, label as cumulative frequency. And for the horizontal axis, we will label the upper boundary. Now let's see how to plot the point one by one. Before that, let's label the horizontal axis and the title for the Ogive or cumulative histogram. So the horizontal axis, we will be using upper boundary, all right? So this is actually about the salt content. So let's label on the horizontal axis to indicate that the horizontal axis is actually referring to the salt content. And we are going to draw the cumulative histogram right now. So please label like this with a small label. So the label is very important. Use a small label to indicate the upper boundary. So our upper boundary will be starting from the zero frequency that just now we add a one class interval with a zero frequency, and we get the upper boundary, which is 99.5. It is a must to start with zero frequency for all the Ogive and cumulative histogram. So we label 99.5 followed by 149.5 and then 199.5, 249.5, 299.5, 349.5, and 399.5. And on the cumulative frequency, we will label the cumulative frequency. The maximum is 60, so we label start from 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. Make sure we check the scale, make sure it's uniform. Alright, so we are going to plot the cumulative frequency accordingly. Let's do it now, starting from 0 to 4 to 15 to 30, 51, 59, and 60. So you will observe that the shape is actually in S shape, and we will use a cross to label. And because we are going to construct cumulative histogram, so we are going to construct cumulative histogram. So we draw the line like this, to form the rectangle. Alright, so we form the cross, we draw horizontal line, and then go down to form rectangle. As you know, histogram is always a rectangle that close to each other with no gap. Alright, no gap. So this is so-called construct the cumulative histogram. In fact, you can see that there is an Ogive. If you draw a curve connecting all the cross or all the point there. So when you are asking to draw the cumulative histogram, this is how you do, right? Do it carefully and do it accordingly, so that the cumulative histogram will look very neat and in order. So for your information, all the students must know how to draw cumulative histogram, because this graph is totally new to all the Form 5 students under the new syllabus KSSM. So it is very important for you to master the skills to draw the cumulative histogram. Alright. So if you want to draw an Ogive, you can just remove the histogram. That means you don't draw the histogram. Alright, if you want to draw an Ogive. Ogive is actually you connect all the points using a smooth curve. Please do not use a straight line for the Ogive. It must be a smooth curve like this. Okay, so the Ogive is actually a very important graph. It is actually formed by using cumulative against the upper boundary. Right? Please remember that cumulative frequency against upper boundary. So we have completed the drawing for the Ogive. So after drawing the Ogive, normally they will ask you to read. There are 3 important things that you need to read. The first one is the median. Alright, median is 50% of the sample having the mass, okay, below that data, less, okay, 50%. If first quartile, it will be 1/4 of the sample having the mass or less than, it can be less than or equal, okay, 1/4 for first quartile. And then for the third quartile, it will be 3/4 or 75%. So I'm going to teach you how to draw the line and show how to read the first quartile, median, and the third quartile right now. So we have total 60, right? 60. So you take 1/4 times 60. All right, you press a calculator, 1/4 times 60, 60, you'll get 1/5, right? 1/4, 1/4 of the sample, which is 60. So you will get 15. This 60 is the total frequency. So the 15 is actually the cumulative frequency. So we will go to the 15. We will look for cumulative frequency 15, and then we will dash the line from the vertical axis. All right, let's do it now. You can use a ruler to guide you to read the we call as first quartile. We will take the 15 as the cumulative frequency, and we will go to the graph, and on the cumulative frequency there, we will draw the dashed line, dot 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 or dash dash dash, until it touches the ogive, right? So see, this is 15 in between 10 to 20, right? Let's use a ruler, draw the dashed line from 15 like this until it touches the ogive, right? Then from the point where it touches the ogive, you draw a vertical line down to the horizontal axis to read. That's how you read the mass. Okay, we want to know first quartile, how many milligram. Okay, so that is how you label, so that you can read accurately. Okay, and then write down the answer below, right below the vertical line, to show that you are reading carefully. Okay, make sure you label like this when you want to read the first quartile. So the reading is 199.5. All right, 199.5, and the unit is milligram. So we say the first quartile is actually having 199.5 milligram. Now let's continue doing the median. The median is defined as 50% of the sample, or we can say of a 1/2 times the n. N is the 60. So you take 1/2 times 60, so you get 30, right? 30. So let's take 1/2 times 60 is the total sample. 60 is the total sample. Always take half of the sample when we want to read the median. Okay? When we want to read the first quartile is 1/4 of the sample. Sample means the total frequency, which is actually the last reading of the cumulative frequency. All right? So 1/2 or half, we say half of the total frequency. So we will get 30. After we get 30, we will go to the cumulative frequency like just now. Go to the vertical axis, cumulative frequency, and you read 30. Where is the cumulative frequency 30? All right. 30. Let's go to cumulative frequency and find 30 is clearly there, 30. So we are going to draw the horizontal line for 30. We are going to dash the 30 until it touches the ogive. All right. So you may use a ruler to help you to draw the horizontal line like this, dash line. Okay, make sure it's the dash line. And then the intersection point between the dash line and the ogive is the point that we are going to draw the vertical line down to the horizontal axis, and we want to read the mass. So the mass is how many milligram? So let's study carefully how to read the scale of the upper boundary. So if you read carefully, your answer is, okay, so let's find out the answer. We must read carefully so that the reading is accurate. It's 249.5. Remember, there is a 0.5 because of the upper boundary 0.5, right? So we get the answer median is equal to 249.5 milligram. Now let's proceed to the third quartile. Okay, for the third quartile is defined as 3/4 times the total sample space, which is 60. So you take 3/4 times 60, so you will get 3/4 times 60, you will get 45, right? So we still times with the total sample space, which is 60, right? So 3/4, we times with the 60, we'll get 45. So 45 is the cumulative frequency that we are going to read, okay, from the vertical axis, cumulative frequency. We will find out the 45. After find out the 45, we will use a ruler, draw the dashed line like just now until it touches the ogive, right? And then the place where it touches the ogive, we draw the vertical line down to the horizontal axis, and we are going to read the reading for the third quartile. So let's do it now. We take 45 as the cumulative frequency. Is just between 40 to 50, right? 40 to 50. Okay, so can you find that is 45? So 45 is the cumulative frequency that will enable us to find the third quartile. So we are going to use a ruler to draw the horizontal line, and then we'll do like just now. We'll draw a vertical line down to the horizontal axis so that our answer will be accurate. So we need to study the scale, and we need to find out one small box representing how many. Okay, you have actually answer is 284.5, right? So the third quartile is actually the mass will be heavier. So we will label 284.5. So that is how you read the third quartile. Right, so we have completed the task to read the first quartile, to read the median, and to read the third quartile. Now, let's proceed to the next one. We are going to study in detail how to actually read the scale for the graph. Okay, some of you might have problem to read the scale for the graph, right? So I'm going to discuss in detail how to read the first quartile, the median, and the third quartile from the upper boundary. All right. So we need to zoom to the scale. You know, you need to study the scale in detail. So I'm going to zoom up the scale, and I'm going to teach you how you actually do it carefully in order to get the accurate answer. So let's look at this one. You have 249.5 and 299.5 as labeled just now, which is the upper boundary, right? So as you can see, the difference, I'm going to use a red line to show you. 249.5 to 299.5. The difference, of course, is the size of the class, which is 50. You can press your calculator. You take 299.5 minus out 249.5. The difference, of course, is the size of the class, which is 50. 50, right? From the 50, we observe that there are actually how many small boxes there. there are 10 small boxes there, right? So that means one small boxes will be having how many milligram? That is how you find out. You have 50 milligram, it's going to given to 10 small boxes. Alright, so you will take 50 divided by 10. It's just like I have 50 ringgit, I want to give to 10 person. So of course, I will take 50 divided by 10. That means one small box is represent 5. Understand? So that is the first step, the most important step that you must use before you can read the first quartile, the median, or the third quartile, because the skill it will be different. Because the class interval can be different. It can be 10, can be 20, can be 30, can be 40, can be 100, can be 50, like this. So the first basic step is you find out the difference, or you can take the size of the class, divide by how many boxes between the two upper boundary, right? Then only you can read accurately, alright? So again, I'm going to show you the difference between the 249.5 and 299.5 is 50, and the 50 is going to divide by 10, and each one of the small boxes representing 5. So you have to count the box. If you are having, let's say you're having here is 5, 6, 7 box. So you have to take 7 times with the 5, which is 35. So the 35 you have to plus with the 249. That means 249.5 plus with the 35. Why 35? Because we have 7 small boxes, and each small boxes is having 5. So 7 times 5, isn't it 35? So 35 you plus with the 249.5. That is how you get 284.5, right? Okay, so some of you actually are quite confused when it comes to reading the small scale like this. So today I make you clear. I want to make sure everyone will read accurately in coming SPM exam for the Ogive. I'm sure this is a very interesting, a very hot topic in the coming exam next year, especially the cumulative histogram, which is totally new. As you know, for hot question, we always like to test the students something which is new and fresh that you never seen before, non-routine question. So cumulative frequency is totally new topic, and it is a non-routine question. Non-routine means that it won't repeat in any exam. In SPM exam, we don't have cumulative frequency, we don't have cumulative histogram before. We did see cumulative frequency quite often, but cumulative histogram is a totally new to the candidates of SPM exam 2021. So I'm very sure this one will be in focus in the coming exam. So I want all of you to focus to this one, to these skills. How to construct cumulative histogram, and how to use your cumulative frequency table, how to construct your cumulative frequency table, and the most important is you must be able to read the first quartile, the median, and the third quartile. And in order to read all this, you must know how to read the small scale there, so that your answer will be perfectly accurate. Okay, so I'm actually very interested in showing you how to get the answer accurately by using this video. With that, Thank you and bye-bye.